There's a story of the Salaf. There was a man. His wife developed a skin affliction. It started to have marks on the skin. And the man noticed that the wife feels self-conscious in his presence. Tries to cover it and feels uncomfortable. So to try to alleviate the suffering of his wife, to take away this burden of presentation, one day he came home, pretended he had an accident, and he pretended he's blind. I can't see. So for the rest of his days he was blind. For the rest of her days he was blind. When she died and they buried her, the man was walking around fine and helping out. So the person asked, he goes, "Uncle, weren't you blind?" He said, "No, son, my wife had a skin affliction and she used to feel shy in my presence, so for her sake I pretended to be blind all these years." Like it became a life choice of his. Like it wasn't just at home, he was blind everywhere. Why? Because they learned that the best of you are the best to their wives. And one of the verses we recited tonight, Allah Rabbul Izzah says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ, and of his signs, أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا, that he created for you from your own self spouses, لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا, so that you can find peace and solace with her, وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً, and amidst you he has instilled or put a bond of compassion and mercy. And it is so sacred that even in times of difficulty, and divorce is a colossally difficult time, may Allah Rabbul Izzah ease the burden of one and all. It is a difficult time, but even at that time the instructions of Allah Rabbul Izzah is وَلَا تَنْسَوُا الْفَضْلَ بَيْنَكُمْ, and don't forget benevolence amidst yourselves. Like even when you're divorcing, be kind, be gracious, be pleasant. And my dear brothers and sisters, in a time where divorce rates are rising, there's a famous saying in English. It says that when elephants fight, the grass gets trampled upon. So when two adults go through a divorce, if they don't exhibit the required maturity and emotional intelligence and wisdom, the kids are the ones that suffer. So it is in your interest religiously, and it is in your interest strategically, to, when it comes to an end, and may Allah Rabbul Izzah give you joyous lives until you meet him, when it comes to an end, to end amicably, and be pleasant, and be accommodating to one another and supportive of one another, because both of you have gone through that difficulty, and ensure that although not an ideal situation, but that the kids are still looked after and they're still a priority. May Allah Rabbul Izzah bless you and guide you and guide you. May Allah Rabbul Izzah make the wives good for their husbands, and the husbands good for their wives, and the children good to their parents, and the parents good to the children. And may Allah Rabbul Izzah honor you in both the worlds. فَقُلْتُ مَا قُلْتِ إِن تَكُ حَسَنَةً فَمِنَ اللَّهِ وَإِن تَكُ سَيِّئَةً فَمِن نَفْسِي وَشَيْطَانٍ وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ وَبَرَكَاتُهُ.